Huh. Oh. Ah, shit. Hey everyone, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, and I'm your host, Ronnie. And today I am bringing you news, or rather should I say, a word in the grapevine, coming from an outlet source that calls himself Batman on Film, and apparently Justice League is deemed unwatchable? Now, that I have to question. But then again, you know, it's easy to say that due to the DCEU's track record of movies. You know, all of them have not been all that great, with the exception of Wonder Woman, of course. Let's go ahead and read what this source had to say about Justice League, because apparently someone from the Batman on Film crew was able to receive confirmation that this film was deemed unwatchable. It's an opinion so far, but let's read what he has to say. According to Batman on Film, Zack Snyder's Justice League cut was deemed unwatchable. After reporting on a quote regarding Ray Fisher's cyborg character and how the reshoots affected him, here's what the outlet had to say. I can confirm that everything Mr. Morton said is spot on. The cyborg character was altered quite a bit during the reshoots. Also, as I've been saying since June 2nd of this year, the JL reshoots and the resulting changes being made to the film are significant. These reshoots, which are still taking place, are not standard pickups, additional photography. Why? Apparently an early cut of the film was deemed unwatchable. Thus, substantial changes to the film were ordered. Well, as it turns out, and I made a video earlier regarding that Joss Whedon was going to be taking over as the director for the JL film. He's just going to be doing reshoots apparently. But it turns out, from what they're saying, what the outlet is saying, is that it's just more than just reshoots. Apparently, tonality wise, it's going to be changed, because they're also stating that the film is too dark, and it's easy to believe because Zack Snyder makes his movies look really bleak and dark, yet visually it does look phenomenal. But anyways, I can believe it to an extent. As far as deemed unwatchable, that's a very, very bold statement, because it feels like maybe Batman on Film might be attacking this. I just get this sense that some people just want to watch the DCEU just crash and burn. You know, I don't like to see a franchise fail. I don't want to see a franchise fail. In fact, I want to see franchises succeed, like, you know, Pixar films and, you know, the Avengers and Marvel films and everything. I would love to see that succeed, and Marvel's doing just fine. They are succeeding. They are enjoying all the good reception and feedback, and of course the money. I hate seeing a business fail. I think it's one of the most depressing things ever when a business goes out of business and they just close out and they just don't do well. I think it's super depressing. I would love to have Warner Brothers handle this a lot differently instead of rushing in and trying to play catch up with Marvel. I'm not saying Marvel is better, but for where it stands, Marvel has my preference because they just happen to be very organized and they just happen to be handling their films a lot better than any other company that wants to jump in the whole universe bandwagon. As far as the credibility is concerned on Batman and Film, I can't say it's an accurate statement because I actually don't know who this person is. How can someone say that they can confirm that this movie, or I guess the characters, were altered drastically, and the film, tonality wise, was also altered drastically? Apparently this person is claiming that this person was on set and was able to see this. Where is he getting this information from? Was he able to watch a sneak peek of the cut of the film? But from what this is saying, it's saying that Joss Whedon was making drastic cuts and that WB had ordered reshoots due to, like the other films, people didn't like the tone of the other films, with the exception of Wonder Woman, of course. Wonder Woman did great. I mean, you have an example like Suicide Squad. Financially, it did really well, but critically, it bombed. Batman vs. Superman. Financially, it did really well, but critically, it bombed. Wonder Woman, both critically and financially, did really well because they listened, and that movie was a success. So it's really hard to say if we can believe the credibility of this outlet, with critics giving films a bad rating and then going in and then the film ends up being nothing like what the critics have said. It's easy to, I guess, get misleaded from outlets like this. I just don't want to believe it, and I don't believe it because, again, I don't know the credibility of this source, and I'm not going to go in with that in mind. And I'm not going to let this influence my viewing. You got to remember something. When reading something like this, the likelihood of this being true is really low. So don't let this comment or so-called review cloud your judgment and influence you in any way. Just go into the movie and watch it, and then you can critique it and give your opinions about it. Love it or hate it, doesn't matter. I hope this video doesn't bring you down, guys. I'm just sharing the news, or I guess you want to call it the grapevine that I'm reading from this outlet, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next comic panel.